Hi, my name is Christine, and I'm a counselor here at Aspire Counseling Services. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about suicide and the warning signs, what we need to be looking for, and how we can address that. So suicide is never going to be the answer. Getting help is always going to be the answer. Suicide is a permanent solution for a temporary problem. And there are a few myths about suicide that I'd like to start out with today, and that's people who talk about it don't do it. So the truth is that almost everyone who attempts suicide gives some sort of warning, and they try to talk to their family, so don't ignore the threats or the comments that people are making. People who try to kill themselves are crazy. Most suicidal individuals are not psychotic. They're upset, they're grief-stricken, they're depressed, but they're definitely not crazy. Nothing is going to stop a person who is determined to kill themselves. Truth is, there's a lot of mixed feelings about death. Up until the moment that somebody decides to actually commit suicide, they're wavering back and forth in between whether they want to live or die. They just want the pain to stop. That's their primary goal, and this seems like a way for that to happen for them. And the last one is talking about suicide may give the person the idea, and this is absolutely false. Talking to somebody about suicide isn't going to give them the idea of suicide. They already have that idea in their head. The truth is, and it's the opposite in fact, that talking about suicide is one of the most proactive things that you can actually do. So the first thing that I want to say now is if somebody needs to talk about any kind of suicidal feelings, encourage them to call the Kern County Mental Health Crisis Hotline. Their number is 1-800-991-5272. Additionally, there's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 800-784-2433. So the first thing, the signs and symptoms of suicide, the first one is going to be like extreme moodiness, severe mood swings. They're going to be all over the place. Second one is going to be hopelessness about the future, little hope that any of the current situations that they're currently in can improve. A third sign and symptom of suicide ideology is going to be sleep disturbances. They're not going to be sleeping very well, or they're going to be sleeping all the time. It can really go back and forth. The fourth sign or symptom is going to be sudden calmness, particularly after periods of extreme depression or extreme moods. The fifth is going to be withdrawal from family, friends, social activities. So they're really going to tend to isolate themselves. They're going to be talking about being a burden. They're going to be talking about feeling trapped, having pain, and having no reason to live. The sixth is changes in personality or appearance, such as slowing down or becoming less concerned about physical appearances. So when they're not taking showers, they're not taking care of themselves. The seventh is dangerous or self-harming behaviors, such as risky sexual behaviors, reckless driving, and extreme use of drugs and alcohol. Eighth is some sort of recent trauma in their life or a life crisis, which can include things like the death of a pet, the death of a loved one, breakups of relationships, being really sick, extreme illness, loss of job, and having financial issues. 9 is a really big sign. They start making preparations, for example, like putting their life in order, cleaning things up, cleaning their rooms up. And this is also where they're going to be like trying to gather the instruments for their suicide. So pills or a gun or a knife or things of that nature. So, and the last one is threatening suicide. The statistics show us that anywhere from 50 to 75% of individuals considering suicide will give somebody a warning sign. However, not everyone who mentions it will follow through, and not everyone who's considering it will say something. All threats about suicide should be taken very seriously. So now what do we do if we think someone we love is suicidal? Actually, not even someone we love, but anybody for that matter. Somebody maybe we go to school with, somebody we work with, somebody in our family, a friend, a loved one. And the first thing is don't be afraid to ask. Be specific. Ask them questions like, are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling like you're going to kill yourself? The second thing we want to do is we want to evaluate the immediate danger of what that the person is in. So those at the highest risk of suicide have specific plans, immediate plans. The means to carry out that plan, a time that they've set for doing it, and the intentions, the specific intentions to do it. So you're going to ask the following questions. Do you have a suicide plan? Do you know what you're going to do? And the next one is do you have what you need to carry out your plan, such as pills or a gun or a rope or knife? And then do you know when you would like to do it? Do you know when you plan on doing this? Like, are you going to do it tonight? Are you going to do it tomorrow? And then do you intend to take your own life? That's the most important question. Do you plan on killing yourself? The last one is with this information, you can get an idea of where the person is. And if there's no immediate plan, or they say they're not going to commit suicide, then we need to connect them with mental health crisis information, mental health professionals. And those are the numbers that I gave you previously. If they have a plan, then we need to take immediate action. So then what do we do if we believe someone is in immediate danger of killing themselves? And the first thing is we never leave them alone. And it's really hard to say that we're not leaving you alone for the specific reasons, but it's something that needs to be done. You can ask family and friends to help you with this. The second thing is if you want to ask if they have any weapons available. Do they have any like sharp objects, any pills, any other means that they're considering, poisons, drugs, anything of that nature. And the third is you really want to keep yourself and your loved one calm. Don't get hysterical. This is something that's completely addressable. And the last thing is you want to call 911. We want to get them immediate help. If somebody is actively threatening suicide, then we need to call 911. This is a completely preventable death, and that's one of the ways that we can do that. So remember, don't forget to ask friends and loved ones if you think that there's something going on with them. Don't be afraid to talk about this. Share this message with your friends and family. This is something that doesn't need to be kept a secret. At one point or another, most people consider what it would be like to not be alive, or would things be easier if they weren't. There's nothing shameful. There's nothing ugly about this. This is just a fact of life. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, if you or a loved one are feeling suicidal or have any substance abuse issues, please reach out to us. We are open every day but Sunday. Our number will be below in the contact information. We'd love to help you out with any of this. Thank you.